Alrighty, everybody, and welcome to Worldwide Technology Raceway, otherwise known as Gateway, in the shadow of the Gateway Arch of St. Louis, Missouri, on the other side of the river in Illinois. This 1.25-mile track, kind of the baby of Phoenix and Darlington, is what a lot of people call it, and it will play host to the first round in the round of 16 as ERC NASCAR takes on the playoffs now with 16 drivers having a chance at a championship here in the inaugural season of ERC NASCAR. Welcome to Eternal Championship Racing. My name is Matthew Chase, the voice of Friday nights here. And tonight we do have Worldwide Technology Raceway, 1.25-mile track, 107-degree track temp for 120 laps tonight, 4 additional sets of tires, and with no fast repair and stages tonight at laps 30 and 65. 82-degree temps outside in the ambient temperature with 9-mile-an-hour winds and partly cloudy, so we'll see what everybody can do here for the Enjoy Illinois 150 from Gateway. If you heard last Friday, still battling a cold here, kind of over most of it, but having some coughing still. So if you do hear me go quiet for a bit, that's why. Let's go ahead and take a look at the board, though, and see what everyone has been running so far. And it looks like Bryce Fontaine up there is the fast guy on track. 17 of Fontaine with a 33.354. And he leads the playoff standings here. Forgot to get this one set up ahead of time. So we'll take a look at it now. See there, Bryce Fontaine does lead the way, with Tyler Helsel sitting in second right now, William Kern third, Jack Andrews and Mason Tomlinson both at 10:06 in fourth and fifth, and Ray Hanneman with a 10:02 sits in sixth. Then Ryan McClurgan, the 43. And Chris Romano tied at 1,001. And then everybody else from ninth on back sitting with 1,000 points to start this playoffs, with Brandon Biddy, Mike Fahey, Ty Higginbotham, Justin Lanier, Jose Mercado, Chris Walsh, Paul Jr., and Gregory Vadney. Those drivers. Fontaine continuing to run some laps. Second fastest, though, is Chris Walsh in the number 83. The Dr. Pepper Toyota Camry has been pretty quick all season long. He's going to lose it there off of turn 2. That is kind of a dangerous spot. The bank change from the corner to the straightaway is problematic, and you got to be really careful with throttle control. Third fastest we saw battling with Fontaine, riding side by side, is the 41 of Jose Mercado. He's got a 4:20 as his fast lap so far. Jose will try to move his way up the running order. He's sitting on the bubble right now in the 13th spot. Fourth fastest is on pit road right now, but the 85 of Ray Hanneman. And Mason Tomlinson, the 5th place driver on track, and right now sitting there in the playoff standings as well. But with that, it is time as we head into qualifying. A few drivers out on track on their out laps. Let's take a look at one of them, Brandon Biddy in the 2. As he starts his first lap. Got to be very careful coming out of turn 2, like we said. Down into turn 3. We'll take a look as drivers will get their first laps in. Looks like Hanneman has the fast lap right now. He's on lap 2. A 33.857, and it looks like Hanneman's time, that is going to stand with what he's got. Ryan McClurg on his second lap. Able to keep the tires underneath of him as Mason Tomlinson moves up to the pole. And McClurg will collect the wall there. Not sure. We'll see what he can do off of turn 4. $34.09. Chris Romano to the pole now with a 7.58. Fontaine on lap 1. Coming off of turn 4 for his first lap. 34.122. Looks like he was getting heat in the tires, trying to warm them up. Second lap, hot lap here for Fontaine. Mercado's second lap puts him third at an 8.27. Fontaine down into turn 3. And lap 2 for Fontaine is pole with a 33.575. Chris Walsh out there on lap 1. Just finished it up. And no time there. So we'll see what Walsh is able to do here on lap 2. Hits the wall off of turn 4. No time posted there either, so that will not put a lap down there for the 83. And with that, believe that's pretty much everybody who is going to qualify. As we got about 30 seconds left, we'll be right back with the starting grid for tonight's Enjoy Illinois 150. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with ERC NASCAR's first round of the playoffs of the round of 16. All right, everybody, here we are for the Enjoy Illinois 150 from Worldwide Technology Raceway, and we got the pole sitter here for the race tonight, Bryce Fontaine in the number 17. Seems like we talk to each other all the time here with the pole from Chicago and now the pole here as well. How you feeling about your lap and how you feeling about the race tonight?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. Haven't raced here in this car, let alone since the new repave. I wish there was definitely some more cars out there on track. I mean, we've got less cars than people in the playoffs, but I guess that makes it a little bit easier. But yeah, I mean, the car feels good. Dirty air is going to be interesting here, and apart from that, as always, try to be there at the end when it matters. Try to rack up these playoff points and these stage points whenever we can, and try to lock ourselves into that next round and just make our run easier.
All right, Bryce. Well, good luck tonight, and I'm sure we'll talk to you later on tonight.
Yes, sir. That's the plan.
Bryce Fontaine in the 17 does start on the pole position here tonight. And then joining him on that front row, Chris Romano in the number 51. The second row has the 4 of Mason Tomlinson and the 41 of Jose Mercado. Ray Hanneman, the 85, will be starting P5 tonight, with Ryan McClurg in the 43 in the 6th spot. Brandon Biddy in the 2 starts 7th tonight, with Gregory Vadnais in 8th in the number 24. Chris Walsh in the 83 and Justin Lanier make up row number 5. Justin Lanier on the inside. And then finally, Troy Burke and Corey Rayner in the last row here, making up the 12 cars we do have tonight. Not all the drivers have it, but if you take a look at the front of both Romano and Fontaine's cars, they have that gold banner. So just pay attention for those gold banners around the track. There are a few, like I said, that do not have them on, but we're going to work on getting those guys ready to go. Pace car dives off, waiting on the green flag now. And the green flag flies, and we are racing in the playoffs here from Gateway. Fontaine going to lead lap number 1 of our first stage. 30 laps in that first stage. Down into turn 1 and 2. Turn 1 and 2 are the tighter but higher banked corner of this track. Behind the leader is the battle for second as Ray Hanneman side by side with Chris Romano for that second spot. Looks like Romano should have a good run off of turn 4, and he will get by and clear, as does Mason Tomlinson. Actually, Mason not fully clear. And oh, tight! And up into Tomlinson. Couldn't tell exactly what happened there. Looked like Hanneman may have locked up going into turn 1. As Mason lost a spot to Biddy. And Hanneman with a couple of spots lost as well. Single file throughout the field pretty much. Out front, Fontaine does lead the way still. Romano trying to reel him in. Mercado going to look to the inside and make the move on Tomlinson up to the 4th spot for Jose Mercado. Owen Lanier into the wall back there. We saw the hit to the outside wall. Chris Walsh and Troy Burke going to get by. And Corey Rayner going to look to get by on the inside as well. And it looks like Rayner should be clear to get by, and he is. Whole train of cars here at the front. Fontaine does lead the way. We got a couple of very similar looking cars in the 2 of Biddy and the 41 of Mercado. Looks like Mercado might have a run on the inside. Biddy gets loose and into the outside wall. No caution, though. A lot of time lost there as Hanneman's going to lose positions. He had to avoid the 2 of Biddy. That'll move Mercado and Tomlinson up to 3rd and 4th, as well as Ryan McClurg into the top 5. Oh, and the caution is out. Hanneman. Well, that car's still jacked up. Off of turn 2. Hard shot to the right side of that car. Big time damage to the 85. Yeah, he's crab walking. Definitely has, I would say, probably both toe links broken on the right side. That's the dangers of turn 1 and 2 in particular. It is a death trap. Yeah, that is going to be the night for Hanneman. Too much damage. right. Double filed up, ready to go racing again. And once again, the front row is Fountaine and Romano when the green flag flies at the start of lap 12. Romano and Mercado side by side. Romano going to make better on the outside as he will be clear into turn 3. The outside definitely going to be the better way to get around especially down here in turn 1 and 2, it feels like. Down the front straightaway, Chris Walsh trying to gain on Ryan McClurg for that 4th spot. And Troy Burke going to get by Gregory Vadnais for 7th. McClurg still sitting in that 4th spot, but Chris Walsh trying to apply some pressure as they come down into turn 1 with 15 to go in this first stage. And now a battle for the race lead as Chris Romano looks to the inside down into turn 3. Off of turn 4, Fountaine able to hold back the challenge from the 51. Walsh was looking to the inside, wasn't able to make the pass happen as Brandon Biddy closes in on this battle for the 4th spot. And now Biddy looking to the inside down here into turn 3 and 4. Maybe a little bit of contact there, the outside wall for Walsh, as Biddy does make the pass happen. And Romano's still pestering the back of the 17. Brandon Biddy up into the top 5, and he is closing in on Ryan McClurg, but now Chris Walsh wants to get back into the top 5. Meanwhile, up front, Romano is still pestering the race leader. Definitely keeping him honest with 11 to go in the stage. About to cross the line for 10 to go. Now Romano feeling the pressure from Mercado as Jose gets alongside the driver of the 51. We'll see down here into turn 3 and 4. Jose able to drive it in a little deeper on the inside. And it looks like Mercado going to be clear. But now the crossover potential as Romano looks down to the inside on Mercado down into turn 1. Looks like Mercado going to be able to clear and stay clear. While we were watching that battle, Chris Walsh was able to get back by Brandon Biddy into the 5th spot. And while these two in front for 2nd and 3rd continue battling, McClurg closing in for the top 3. Troy Burke just hammered the wall. The right front could be broken on the 47. He's going to be coming down pit road. Oh, and the right front is broken. Yeah, you can see there, toe link broken on the right front for the 47. Four to go here in stage number 1. Mercado going to look to the inside. A little bit of a rub there on the back bumper of Fountaine. Fountaine so far doing a good job of defending, using aero blocking. Another battle going on back here for the 4th spot as Chris Walsh is back on the attack with Ryan McClurg. And the battle for the race lead still going on. One more lap to go in the first stage. Will Jose make an aggressive move to try to get the stage win? He'll look to the inside. I think Fontaine's going to have enough speed off of 4. And Bryce Fontaine going to win the first stage. Looks like off a pit road, Fontaine able to maintain and hold serve. And it looks like Ryan McClure going to jump the 51 of Romano. So we will grab our stage 1 winner in Bryce Fontaine. Bryce, excellent start to the race so far. Led every lap and got a stage win. How you feeling?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. Just got some music playing on in the background, just kind of chilling out. Jose and Chris are keeping me honest, for sure. I'm just trying to maintain and see what we have here and see what we got for long term. I know that third stint's going to be a long one compared to the other stages. So just doing a little bit of testing, feeling out there. And yeah, I know turn 2 is claimed 2 victims tonight from what it looks like. So we just got to be careful. The car gets really light on exit. So just got to be careful with the throttle and the steering input off of 2. And I think we'll be in good shape.
Reminds me of Richmond in that same regard, where you have the lightness out of turn 2. So good luck though, Bryce. We'll see if we can talk to you later tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And they are going double file here. Ready to go back racing for stage number 2. right, this time around, Fontaine and Mercado on the front row. McClurg on the inside of row 2 with Chris Romano in the 51 on the outside row of 2. Into the restart zone. And Fontaine rips away. An excellent start for the 17. And a pretty good one there for Mercado in the 41 on the outside row as well. And it looks like early on here, Chris Romano able to make the pass for second once again. He retakes the position he's spent most of the race in. Now Ryan McClurg side by side with Brandon Biddy for that 5th spot. Walsh with a hard shot to the right front off of turn number 4, but it is going to be Brandon Biddy getting by McClurg. Now looking to the inside, and the right front is broken on the 83. Or maybe he just overdrove that corner, but I think it might have been a broken toe link for the 83 of Walsh. It looks like he is going to be trying to get down pit road here. Ooh, and Jose looks like he might have gotten loose there off of turn number 2, as he's going to lose a couple spots to both Brandon Biddy and Ryan McClurg. Oh, and actually going to get into the 43. Not sure what happened there. Now Mason Tomlinson going to look to the inside on Jose. Rayner, Vadnais, and Lanier all battling closely together for the 7th, 8th, and 9th positions. And it does look like Mason was able to get by Jose Mercado for the 4th spot. So we'll put the 4 of Tomlinson up to the 4th spot. Oh, both those guys way out by the wall through 1 and 2. Much like we saw in the first stage, Fontaine leading the way with Romano keeping him honest. Romano trying a little bit of a higher line than Fontaine, trying to generate momentum off of exit. Tomlinson and Mercado side by side once again. And it looks like Mercado going to complete the pass. Tomlinson going to look for the crossover down the backstretch. Romano lost a little bit of time on entry, but a little bit better exit speed that time out of turn 2. He's going to poke the nose to the inside on the 17 of Fontaine down here off of turn 4. Looks like Tomlinson losing time to Mercado now, has McClurg chasing him down. Now the battle for the race lead still going on. Again, Romano trying a little bit higher line. Just looking to get that clean air anywhere he can. lot of movement here. Is Brandon Biddy falling back? Mercado's already gotten by, and it looks like Tomlinson and McClurg both looking to get by as well. And with 11 to go, Fontaine and Romano continuing their battle that has been raging the entirety of Stage 2 and most of Stage 1. And back here, continuing to battle, is this quartet of drivers. Mercado, Biddy, Tomlinson, and McClurg. And it looks like Tomlinson going to get the better of Brandon Biddy for that 4th spot. And then Biddy and McClurg getting tangled up together. McClurg going to get away, and Biddy going to fall back to 6th. Six laps to go in the 2nd stage of the race. And now as we approach the last couple of laps of Stage 2, Fontaine seems like he's building out a lead. Just over a second now to Romano, who sits in 2nd. And the gap from Romano to Mercado is coming down with only 5 to go as they come out of turn 4. Now 4 to go as they cross the line here in a second. And right behind Mercado still Tomlinson and McClurg. This time by white flag of stage number 2. Fontaine has led every single lap of the second stage and every lap of the race so far. Smooth and steady. Fontaine takes stage 2. And the front 2 hold pat. And we'll grab our second place in stage 2. Chris Romano, the number 51. Couple of good stages here for you so far. How are you feeling about your chances here in the third and final stage?
Honestly, not too great. No, we got some speed, but just trying to search around that last stage, trying to see if I have anything for Bryce, and it's just he's so fast. So I don't know, but seems like I burned up my tires pretty good that stage, so I definitely have to work on trying to save them a little bit better. So yeah.
Well, tire saving is the name of the game, but we're about to go to the green flag here, so I'll get you back with your team. Good luck in the third and final stage.
Sounds good. Thank you.
That is Chris Romano in the number 51 as he runs in second place. And we'll look to try to challenge the driver who's led every lap so far, the number 17 of Fontaine. Two stages down in our opening race of the round of 16. One stage between where we are now and and somebody potentially locking their way into the playoffs. Green flag flies as Fontaine rips away. A good restart there for Mercado on the inside lane as well. And as we've seen so far, Romano does a very good job on the outside of holding off that inside. And Mercado is able to clear, so he will jump up to the second spot. And behind Romano, Brandon Biddy moving up into fourth. As he takes a peek down the inside on the 51. He's not going to be able to make the pass there, so he will fall in line behind Romano. Oh, and Romano! Looked away for a second, didn't see what happened, but the yellow flag back out as Chris Romano is involved. Oh, tagged by Brandon Biddy, and then the snap over correction as the 51 hammers the outside wall with the nose of that car. Yeah, just tags the left rear and a hard hit to the nose. Romano deciding to stay out. right, pace car back down pit road. Fontaine has control into the restart zone, and he rips away. Great restart for him. Mercado will be side by side with Brandon Biddy for that second spot. And now looks like Mercado solidly in second. Now down the inside goes Tomlinson. And it looks like he's going to have to fall in line behind Biddy, but now under attack also from the 43 of McClurg, and hard shot to the right front that time for Biddy. Looks like the toe link okay for the two for now. Tomlinson once again up the inside. He will get clear for now, but it looks like a crossover move from Brandon Biddy. And he is finally clear here as Tomlinson will move up to third. Fontaine continues to do a good job of holding off the drivers who have challenged him from behind. Shout out to Corey Rayner right now in the 00. Getting ready to challenge here for the top 5. McClurg and Biddy, they'll settle that off of turn 4 as Ryan McClurg moves up to 4th. And just like that, Tomlinson going to get moved up to P2. As he gets clear on Mercado. Ooh, a little loose there for Mercado as well. Good battle going on here between Biddy and Rayner. These guys racing for the top 5. And a very tight battle between Tomlinson and Mercado still for that second spot. Mercado getting loose. Not sure if he hit the wall or not, but definitely losing some time there as he's going to lose a spot to McClurg as well. Looks like the right side's okay. It'll take a little bit of the pressure off of Tomlinson as now the gap to the car behind. A solid 1.3 seconds. Oh, and down pit road goes the leader. This will be the first laps he has not led. As Mason Tomlinson takes over the race lead. He's got Ryan McClurg chasing him down for that lead as well. But here comes Tomlinson and McClurg. Mercado going to stay out as he'll assume the race lead. Oh, and Tomlinson was able to get out in front of Fontaine. Oh, and Mercado missing pit road on the access. That'll leave Corey Rayner to the race lead right now. He'll lead a lap. And it looks like Fontaine has been able to get by Tomlinson. This should be a great battle between these two. And Mercado getting service done. That's the right side up for the 41. He's going to lose a lot of time with a mistake on entry to pit road. And Rayner's down pit road right now. That'll leave Gregory Vadnais into the lead. He gets the lap led. And he's the last one on the lead lap to pit. And you see where he is compared to Fontaine as Fontaine comes around down into turn one now. Vadnais staying out again. This battle is for the net race lead. And Vadnais continuing to stay out. The gap continuing to be chunked away, though, by the fresher tires. Trying some strategy. And there is the net race lead as well. And down to the inside goes Fontaine, and he will get back out front as he comes around to take 12 to go. Vadnais coming down pit road now here with coming to 11 to go, as McClurg will get by him. Ten to go here from Worldwide Tech Raceway. On the right front on the 2 is looking like it's got some damage to it. Corey Rayner looking to get back into 4th, as he is in the top 5 right now. Fontaine, meanwhile, running away. Nice little battle going on between Rayner and Brandon Biddy for that 4th spot. Just like that, Corey Rayner going to go ahead and get by Brandon Biddy for 4th. Three laps to go here as Fontaine still has the lead. No other battles are very close, so we will continue riding along here with the race leader. And this time by the white flag flies for the race leader, Bryce Fontaine. A dominant race for the driver who started on the pole, the number 17 of Fontaine. And with that, he is going to lock his way in to the 2nd round, into the round of 12 with a race win from Gateway. All right. While we let that rewind a little bit. We'll go over the race results here. Fontaine with the win. He will lock himself into the round of 12 with Mason Tomlinson finishing in second. Ryan McClurg finishes third with Corey Rayner in the 00 finishing fourth, and Brandon Biddy rounding out the top 5. Gregory Vadnais finishes in 6th tonight with Jose Mercado finishing 7th. Chris Romano in 8th. Chris Walsh in 9th. Then Justin Lanier in 10th. Troy Burke 11th. And Ray Hanneman rounding out the field. Looks like we don't have our third place driver, so we'll start here with our second place driver as Mason Tomlinson brings it home in the second position. How you feeling after the race tonight, sir?
Good. That was my first race there. It was fun. It's a lot trickier than I thought it was going to be. I thought I had it figured out, and every time I thought that it something changed, and 2 tires usually works out pretty well at any kind of oval, and it made it. I liked it better on old tires almost. So Bryce usually does 2 tires on situations like that. So I was just trying to keep up with him, and I should have took 4. So.
Yeah, I mean, live and learn. You do bring it home in second, though. Not a bad points day for you. How you feeling about your chances with the rest of the round of 16 here?
Pretty good. I like Richmond, and yeah, I was pretty low on sleep right now, so I was lucky to even make the race. I told her I would stay with her, and the race can wait, but she knows I like doing this, so she told me to go do it and hurry back.
The wonders of being a new father. Congratulations on that. I want to put that out there.
It's pretty amazing, man.
I say hope baby and mom are doing well.
Oh yeah, everyone's healthy, and you don't realize how much you can love something until that happens.
Can confirm, buddy. Well,
it's pretty amazing.
It is. It's an amazing thing. Fatherhood is a very, very good thing. But yeah, so you feeling good about Richmond next week? So you think you got a chance to win there, or are you going to be trying to get as many stage points and playoff points as you can?
I think I can win there. You got to have good track position there, and manage your tires and make sure your brake bias is right and everything. And if you're up front and getting a good rhythm, I've been pretty good there in the past. I know Bryce is going to be hard to beat, and a couple other guys are good at tracks like that. So I used to hate that track, but I've gotten a lot better at it, so I don't mind it now.
Nice.
I think I got a good shot. I think I got a top 3 car next week, depending on who shows up, and top 5 for sure if I just stay out of trouble. So I think I got a good enough buffer. I'm gonna go for the win probably if I can.
Yeah, absolutely. So. All right. Well, Mason, anybody you'd like to shout out before we let you go tonight?
Yeah, everyone that showed up, and you guys for putting on the broadcast, and my future wife, who gave it everything the last couple of days and gave me the best gift I could possibly ask for. So
awesome. Well,
yep.
Congrats, Mason, again on becoming a father, and congrats on a second place finish. We'll catch you next week.
All right, thanks, man.
Mason Tomlinson, the number 4 driver, finishes in second tonight. And finishing it up here, we're going to talk with our race winner, locking himself into the round of 12, Bryce Fontaine. Pretty dominant night for you here at Gateway. Talk me through your night.
Yeah, car felt good. Not really any complaints with it, actually. I know some of these fixed setups, man, they can be very hit or miss. But all in all, the car felt really good. Just kind of like I said at the end of the first stage there, I was just trying to keep an eye on my tire temps and what the tire wear was. And I think that was kind of the key to winning here tonight. I mean, again, I wish we would have had a little bit more people. But Jose and Chris, again, like I mentioned, were keeping me pretty honest there. But I was kind of just on cruise control. It's very, very easy to beat yourself here. I know, unfortunately, from experience, at least in the trucks on the old skin. But I knew if I just kept it out front in the clean air and kept it easy, I was going to be pretty hard to beat. And had a couple times where I had to kind of step on it there just to make sure that I maintained the lead. And was able to do so relatively easily. And yeah, clean air is just so important in this car. And I think especially at a track like this with how much the car decompresses off of two, if you're directly behind somebody in dirty air and you have a lot of steering angle in it, it's very easy to loop it. So clean air was the name of the game, and then made a little bit of a call there on that last pit stop for the green flag run there, and I absolutely nailed it on the strategy and on the entry as well. I knew once I saw Mason come out of the pits in front of me, I pretty much knew that he at least took two or didn't take any, and at that point I kind of knew he was going to be done. He was quick, but two tires here is hard with how tight the car can be, but at the same time it like does stay on the left rear pretty aggressively, and obviously left rear is just as important as the right rear for the drive off the corner, so four tires was definitely the call, and luckily it paid out.
Yeah, and I think you led pretty much every lap other than when you came down pit road. So, I mean, really a like I said, dominant night. You said clean air was the name of the game. How important was it for you to aero block when those guys were challenging you? You mentioned Jose and Chris earlier on in the race.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to commit to the aero block too hard. It's very easy to kind of like lose track of where you're at, and there's a couple bumps in 3 and 4 as well that if you're not paying attention, they can really catch you off guard. So there was a couple times that I was definitely looking in the mirror. I wasn't like trying to make it too much of a point to aero block, but yeah, I mean it was definitely important. And there was a couple times in practice where Jose had gotten did the rear or the nose across the rear swipe in this car, and it gets the car pretty unsettled. So just trying to maintain that. I know he kind of dove it in there a little bit hard a couple times, trying to get the position, and I mean that's what you have to do in this car. I just kind of speed matched him when he did it to make sure he wouldn't clear me, and off she rode. I don't know what happened there. I mean, I know Mason got around him. Well, that's the thing too. Like Jose was on me, and then he was really slow off at 2 on one of those laps, and that's when Mason got by him. And then I don't know if he had an incident in the pits or whatever, but he was kind of just gone after that. But yeah, just clean air, clean air, clean air. That's going to be the name of the car the rest of the season, especially with some of the tracks that we have lined up here next. Trying to get out front and stay there.
Well, next up on the docket, we've got Richmond to conclude the round of 16. How are you feeling about Richmond?
Well, I feel a lot better now that there's no pressure, right? I mean, pretty much, well, not pretty much. I am locked into the next round, so no pressure there. Just got to sit there and do what we always say to do. It's going to depend on the car count as well, but these races with these smaller car counts really kind of shake things up, just because mistakes don't always mean as much. Like if there was a late race yellow there, I could have took 4 and still had a chance, just because there's not like that many cars on track. So that may be a factor next week at Richmond. But yeah, feeling good that I don't have to really worry too much about the results. I just got to show up and finish and try to gain as much as I can. So.
All right. Well, anybody would like to shout out before we let you go tonight, Bryce?
Yeah, absolutely. Got to give a big shout out to you up there in the booth. I'm sure this race was one for the books. I say that sarcastically, of course, but shout out to you for always showing up each and every week, and the high level of production that you give us over here at ERC is great. Shout out to all the guys that showed up tonight as well. I mean, like I said at the top of the thing, I mean, we got 16 drivers in the playoffs, and I think we only had like 12 or 13 show up, which is kind of unfortunate. But to all those who are still here racing and sticking out, just know I greatly appreciate you. And got to give a huge shout out to everybody that's on the car over here at Precision. I mean, biggest shout out, of course, Precision Speed for accepting me and letting me on the team. I'm really looking forward to Pocono this week and the officials and the open side of things. We got a really good set. We've all been working on it, and I think we can really do some good work there. Shout out to JZM Custom Tile Works and Pay RBA, and then of course Splash and Go Graphics for the beautiful paint design. And then of course can't forget the lovely wife and my son. He turns 3 months tomorrow, and that reminds me again, huge shout out to Mason and his family. It's a beautiful thing to have a child, and I think he's absolutely crazy for even asking if he could be here tonight, but luckily he's got a woman who is cool with it. So Mason, if you're still watching, or if you end up watching this back, congrats again to you, and look forward to seeing you all out there next week at Richmond. It's short track racing.
It's short track racing, baby. All right, well, Bryce, we'll let you go. Congrats on the win and locking yourself into the round of 12. We'll catch you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Goodbye.
And that's going to do it here from Gateway. In the shadow of the arch, Bryce Fontaine will lock himself into the next round of the playoffs with a win. Well, who's going to be able to join him? We have one more chance for a winner to lock themselves into the round of 12. And, of course, 10 more places potentially, or 11, to make it in on points. We'll see what happens. But for everybody here at Eternal Racing Championship and ERC NASCAR, my name is Matthew Chase. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we'll catch you next week for Richmond.